What's your background? Have you always grown up kind of more traditional too? Like that's a huge thing for a lot of people.
I actually was not raised with the traditional light of mass. My sister's friend had invited us there once. We went to the light of mass, and the first light of mass that I went to, um, I was honestly just shocked at the fact that it even existed. I think we'd kind of like slowly critiqued things that we saw happen at our Nova Soda parish growing up.
Sure.
I'm the youngest of four, so with me and my siblings, we kind of slowly started saying like, we should be an example to those around us. Let's dress different. We kind of learned modesty a little bit, and
Mm.
we kind of started like putting the pieces together, learning, some of trying to pick up the traditions of reverence. I remember these conversations where we'd come home and we'd have discussions with my siblings, and my brother would come in and it's like, no, we got to receive of the tongue, and we're like, why? And but the early disciples, they received, they just probably grabbed the loaf of bread from Jesus, and what's the big deal? I think once we started actually putting it into practice, it just made sense. These rules, which we call our tradition, um, they're here to preserve our love of God. And I think that's something that we kind of slowly discovered. And I think that's why at this point in our lives, I'm very passionate about sharing it with other people. It's because it makes sense. It makes sense why the church, why Holy Mother Church has laid these foundations for us and given us these guidelines for how to approach the sacred.
You received communion from someone wearing a Grover shirt,
Mm,
from Sesame Street. I know. It makes you die inside. And
mm,
and I realized even just looking back, I'm like, man, how many times when I was an altar boy,